Hey everyone, you all right? Welcome to my kitchen. My hair has gone. So new hair. This is like pre-COVID. So just make my tea. Hope we're all good. Terrible day yesterday. Bit better today. Make my tea. We're going to talk about collaboration today. So that's what we do. Sort my tea out. And I've got some ginger nuts today. It's a good Dunkin' biscuit. So I've got some ginger nuts. So you've all got your tea. I've got a question. I've got a question for today. I'll get the question out early doors, because it's about tea. So my question today is loving that. Lots of hair comments. That's very good. It proves it's live though. Definitely proves it's live. That's really good. Because now we can see my hair through the ages. So my question today is what percentage of the British public, and I've got no idea on the range of the people they asked here. I've just Googled it. So hi James. So what percentage of the British public said that they would sooner have a cup of tea and a biscuit than go on a date? And that's not specifically a date with me. That is just a date. So what percentage of the British public said that they would sooner have a cup of tea and a biscuit than go on a date? So there we go. What percentage? And the closest, obviously, we're getting more people today. That actually looks like Crofty's asked Gemma out on a date, to be honest. Just random numbers there. Got my mug, Oztuma, cracking player. 65, 75%, it's very good. A day. Not specifically Matt Croft, because I think that would make the question a lot easier, to be honest. But maybe we can set it up. We can make that happen. That would be good. Collaboration on a collaboration kind of chat. So anyway, so we've got some guesses there. If you didn't hear the question, what's the percentage of the British public that would sooner have a cup of tea and a biscuit than go on a date? Not specifically with Matt Croft, just about. So today we'll talk about collaboration. So it's kind of a hot word at the moment. You hear it kind of quite a lot in business circles. So firstly, what I want to talk about there, the first thing I'm going to do is kind of say, what is it? Because I think one of the most obvious things is, isn't it teamwork? Isn't that collaboration? So surely collaboration is just teamwork, isn't it? Well, it is a bit different. And firstly, I'll just explain the differences between collaboration and teamwork. So teamwork, and the common thing here that both collaboration and teamwork have, is they're both about a shared goal. So there is very definitely a common goal. The difference, cheers Mel, the difference in collaboration to teamwork is in teamwork, individuals work towards a shared goal. Yeah. So the goal is set and all the individuals put their little bit and then it all comes together and the goal is achieved. But in collaboration, the people all work together consistently to achieve the shared goal. So that's one of the big differences. Another difference, often there's no leader in collaboration. It's kind of lead by consensus. So everybody's seen as equals. That's kind of what we're going for. I think this has turned into like a dating site for Matt Croft at the moment. Yeah, Crofty, you could go halves on it and you could claim your half back. That would kind of pan out quite well. Right, so that's what we mean by collaboration. Now, therefore, it's good for things like process change. It's good for problem solving, that sort of thing. Now, who are good collaborators? What kind of skills do they need? Well, a few things they need. Trust. They've got to trust each other, so there's got to be a high level of trust between those people. And I've said this before on other kind of things. Trust is important, and it's the little things that start to build trust. So the acknowledgement, the hellos, the regular communication. I can't give you 5 things to do and say people will trust you. It's built over a length of time. There's huge respect for other people, other people's ideas, other people's thoughts. Often in a good collaborative setup, there will be a lot of diverse ideas as well. So there's a likelihood that ideas that you disagree with are going to come out, and that can sometimes challenge your thinking. And they're good negotiators and influencers, good collaborators. They're creative and flexible because often they have to find new solutions. That's the purpose of the collaboration, to go down a path that hasn't been trod before. So that's the kind of skills that a lot of good collaborators have. So what can we do? How can we get to a collaborative state? Well, first things first. I think we have to create a cause. A phrase that was prevalent in my business a few years ago was create a drumbeat for learning, and that would be the kind of thing. Let's create a cause that is good for everybody, so there's benefits for everybody. And with this respect, and in this respect with collaboration, you can have an internal collaboration or an external collaboration. And what I mean by that is it can be solely within your business, but you can get key stakeholders from outside as well who would also collaborate with you. So internal and external collaborators, but of course there has to be a cause for all. It has to be a cause for everybody. It's no use just one thing. So real clarity in the goal, that's the kind of big thing. We're going to regularly communicate what the roles and responsibilities, what the expectation we have of the people who are collaborating. Those goals that we have are therefore going to be transparent, probably published for all to see. I think that's a big thing. What we're going to utilize primarily as well is the strengths of people. I think this is another difference in teams, and I think this is something where we can all learn, to be honest. So we can utilize the strengths of people, and if we don't have those strengths, then we bring those strengths in. Often a team is quite it's set, and yes, we always talk about strength and development areas of a team, and what we try and do is develop the people who are in the team. Now, in a collaborative event, what would happen is if the strength that was required wasn't there, it would be brought in. So there's examples of the strengths that the people have. We utilize those to their maximum. So if they understand, I don't know, they're maybe good at process, good at project management. But if they need something more creative, then we bring the creativity in. We don't just say we're going to make the people there more creative. We utilize other people. And I think that's really important in business at the moment. But what we're not doing is we're just creating little pockets and saying this is a collaboration without thinking, have we got everybody involved? Because we're all like 9 parts to the wind in this particular scenario we find ourselves in, working from home. It's easy to set up a small collaborative group and then say, okay, let's work together to resolve this. Or actually, there could be some expertise elsewhere that you could just bring in. When we're in offices, we see it a lot. But when we're all spread, we sometimes just work in that little echo chamber that we're constantly working in, and we consistently utilize the same people. So bring strengths in. So don't be afraid to change. Make it like an accordion. The collaborative team can grow and shrink at certain points through the project. It's important. I've got some points, and I just can't quite read them there. So we've got to innovate and fail. That's the thing. Don't be afraid to fail. The collaborative team will set things and they won't work, but that's all right. Failure's fine. So innovate and fail. Create a can-do attitude amongst those people, and they will keep trying. They will keep trying. So keep your promises. Do what you say you're going to do, and I think that will set you up for success as well. So those simple things that I mentioned only on Tuesday, those easy little things about sort the emails out, all those kind of things. When you've got decisions to be made, because it's a collaborative approach, involve people in the decisions. So make sure everybody's involved in the decisions. Consensus sometimes feels like it's long, it's lengthy, and it takes too long. But actually, that's what the collaborative approach does, because it will come at it from all the other angles. So regular communication, regular decision making, we can use those through huddles, things along those lines. Socially, we can do things well. So a truly collaborative team tend to be a highly social team as well. So they not only work well together, but they also play well together. We're going to encourage celebrations, and we can celebrate through a variety of things. So we can celebrate online. You might have a platform where you can upload success stories, whether they be videos, whether they be podcasts, whether they just be letters, and anything around that line. will help to get that collaboration going and promote the success of one. A run club is collaborative. It's a good social activity, Gemma, for people who like running. Me, I like being on the Facebook group, but the running aspect, less keen on. But that would work as a social side of collaboration without doubt. I mentioned as well about those open and closed kind of groups. So open, where we bring people in from everywhere. And an example of this is Lego. So on the Lego website, you can put your own ideas in of maybe things that you want to see introduced or changes. And once it gets to a certain point, Lego takes the idea to main board and they decide if the idea is going to work. But that's collaborative, so they're working with the people. And I think more and more businesses have started to do that, where they take ideas from outside of the business and introduce. And you could argue that in the old days, even things like suggestion boxes for business, that would count as working in collaboration. And there was a story, this is in supermarkets, where there was fresh fish. They said that fresh fish wasn't being sold, and they constantly got requests that the supermarket didn't sell fresh fish. And the supermarket was, well, we do sell fresh fish. Of course we sell fresh fish. It's right there. And there it was, the fresh fish, and it was all on the shelf, packaged up. And somebody said, no, that's not fresh fish. We don't mean that. We mean fresh fish where it's like on ice, like a fishmongers in the old days. And so what the supermarket in question did went, right, okay. And they just put a new counter, put a load of ice and got all the fish off the shelf out of the packs and just laid it on the ice. And people were buying the same fish, but they thought it was fresh because it was on ice. But that's working collaboratively with the customer to give them what they want. Again, for the supermarket, it panned out well because they don't have to pack it either. So that's good. The last thing that a collaborative team do, and they do effectively, if they think about the space that people are going to be working in. They think about the space that the people will work in. So, places like Google and Facebook, they're very famous for that kind of office and the environment they work in. But to work collaboratively, you need a creative workspace. So you can generate ideas so people are happy to relax and work in the space provided. And maybe, just maybe, some good ideas have been generated because people are working at home in a comfortable home space rather than an office. And I'm not suggesting all our offices are uncomfortable. So there's some of the things that I think we can take away and think about. Firstly, the collaboration and teamwork is similar but different. Secondly, the things that we can think about. Don't just get caught up in your own echo chamber. Don't be afraid to bring in expertise when you need it. That's my big key point of collaboration, so that the team can go in and out regularly. And to close, what percentage of people would prefer to have a cup of tea and a biscuit to going out on a date? It was, I think Sam Hendy is the closest. I can't remember somebody going higher than Sam. Yeah, it is. Sam Hendy. It's got him with 75%. The correct number was 83%. So 83% of people would sooner just have a cup of tea. 8 out of 10 people sooner have a cup of tea. It's a little bit disturbing. But there we go. What are we going to do next week? This was number 25. So we've made the quarter of a century of Teas at 3. If you've been there from every one of them, absolutely excellent. Google it, Matt. Honestly, it's true. I wouldn't lie to you. So if you've done the quarter of a century with me, thank you very much. Next Tuesday, what I thought I'd talk about is a little bit of motivation. That can dip in these times. So we're going to talk about motivation next Tuesday. I look forward to seeing you with a cup of tea and a biscuit and another question. Thanks for being there today. Cheers, guys.